Now, when you talk about a rule of life, might some people think, whoa, that sounds a bit legalistic? If someone doesn't pray daily, might they feel condemned? What would you say in answer to that question?
Well, there are two or three things to say. The first is to say that we've not adopted the term rule, we've adopted the term way of life. And that's for a couple of reasons. Rule of life has a good history from the 4th century onwards. Lots and lots of different communities have used it as a kind of reminder about how to live Christian life. But we thought way was more inviting, and also because it's the dominant term in the Acts of the Apostles for the early followers of Jesus. It actually precedes us being called Christians, for example. We were called people of the way, and we thought, well, that resonates with that very much, and so that people are invited into this way of living rather than feel an obligation to keep a set of commitments or rules. You notice at the beginning of it, it says, as far as we're able with God's help. It's really important. And it also says we will. It doesn't say I will, it says we will. So there's a sense in which we enter into this with others and seeking God's grace. And as far as we're able, sometimes we're not able. Sometimes, people can't pray. Sometimes I can't pray. And at those times, you're kind of not outside the church. You're still part of a church that prays and worships and serves and challenges injustice and shares the faith. You're still part of that. So you're partly carried. So there are times when we can be active in it, and we need to be. And there are times when we're carried by others and by God's grace. And more than anything else, I kind of think of it like a trellis. I recently planted some roses in my garden, and one of them is a climbing rose, and so I put a trellis behind it, and it's been growing up that, and I've had lots of blooms, and I kind of think it's like that. That a rule of life is like a trellis. It's a sort of a framework for us to grow into the people that God wants us to be.